Hi students, I'm Sonia from Vidya Guru, starting a new session on current affairs. This is going to be the session completely in English medium, session for the November month, November 2025. I'm trying to wrap up in one video. Basically, I have actually collected all the important points, trying to deliver in one video the whole November. That's going to benefit you a lot, believe me. The questions are very significant. I generally have stopped uploading too many videos because views are quite less. So of course, probably you guys don't watch that, you don't share it with your friends. If you do that, of course I'll try to upload more videos. So if you actually find it important, do press the like button for sure and try to learn everything. The session will remain in English medium. As you can make out, I'm conversing with you in English. If you're not comfortable, Hindi video is also there. You can go and watch that session. Let's start from here on. I'm starting with the first question straight away. This is for the whole month of November 2025. I'm trying to cover all the important pointers here. We deliver a topic-wise session, you know that. So you can watch the topic on the top, which is India updates. Let's start from the first point, which is Cabinet approved extension of PM Swanidhi Yojana. Swanidhi, we are talking about. The Swa here is street vendor, right? Swa is basically street vendors. We're talking about street vendors getting benefited. Government says we really want that 1.15 crore street vendors should be benefited from our scheme. What they are doing? Are they giving them money for free? No. What they are doing here is they're providing them with loans. So loans, that extension for that scheme has been given and it has been extended till March 2030. Let me repeat what I've said. First of all, Cabinet approved some extension for this scheme which is already going on. It is PM Swanidhi scheme. What is Swanidhi? We are talking about Nidhi. Nidhi as in money. Swa, SV is basically street vendor. So street vendor, we are talking about a benefit, kind of benefit to be provided to people who are acting as or working as street vendors. So loan will be given to them and the extension is actually till March 2030. So what they can ask you in that? First, they'll ask you the period till when the scheme got extended. It is March 2030 first. Which scheme are we referring to? We're talking about PM Swanidhi scheme. Then we said how many street vendors will be benefited. It's not the money that they have allocated for this scheme. It is the people they are talking about, that these many street vendors will be benefited from our scheme. That is what Cabinet says. Let's highlight this particular scheme. As it is about the government of India, that is why I actually kept into account that this question should be delivered in whichever way possible. Please try to relate to it, try to write it down somewhere. I said the next question is Mother Mary comes to me. It is basically the first memoir. It's not a memoir. It is memoir. Memoir. It is a book in which the writer is writing about, himself or herself. Here we are talking about Arundhati Roy. Many other things are also, taken into account. We are talking about Arundhati Roy, a famous writer that the country has, that, very, very famous writer, God of Small Things. If you've read that book, loveliest book you'll ever read. So I said Arundhati Roy's first memoir, and the name of that book is, memoir is, Mother Mary Comes to Me. The question is super significant, very relevant. Whichever exam you'll write, SSC, Bank, Kendriya Vidyalaya, DSSB, whichever exam you'll write, government job exam preparation, even otherwise, whichever exam you're writing, if the section of current affairs is there, the questions are from my video, for sure you can check that. You can write the exam and you'll get to know after watching one video. Students used to write that they see around 2 to 3 questions from just one video. So it is going to be beneficial. Please understand that whatever I'm teaching you, even more videos, like you won't believe that kids usually say that whatever current affairs I've taught them, all the questions are from my video. So you have to, of course, believe me, you have to write down what I'm teaching you. It's not just that you're watching the video and you'll be able to learn everything. Try to write down, try to make notes. First memoir, Arundhati Roy, Mother Mary Comes to Me. Question important, it's very significant. Let's move to the archery championship. If you're aware what archery is, archery championship, of course, we're talking about sports updates here, but it is overall national updates, comes under that category. I said World Archery Championship was taking place in South Korea. Indirectly, I've told you that the country is South Korea where archery championship was going on, right? And the best thing is that Indian men's compounded team, could actually get gold. The names of the people, the names of the players, that's very significant. So Rishabh Yadav, Aman Saini and Prathamesh. Such kind of question can be asked in multiple manners. Please understand that. They can ask you where this particular championship took place. South Korea. First, we know that. Second, which team lifted gold? Of course, Indian men's compounded team. What all players did they have? Of course, Rishabh Yadav, Aman Saini and Prathamesh. But there can be other way. They ask a question. They can put it this way as well. They can write down the names of one of the players and they may ask you with what sport they are associated with. So you have to answer such a question. So learn the names carefully. Rishabh Yadav, Aman Saini, Prathamesh, one gold compounded team it is, where World Archery Championship took place and they could get gold. Next one, Swachh Vayu Sarvekshan Awards. So, sir, Swachh Vayu Sarvekshan, we are talking about air quality, right? When the survey took place, why did they not actually, why they forgot to add Delhi? That is what the question is. Delhi should get this air, Sarvekshan, Vayu Sarvekshan award. What I believe that in Swachh Vayu Sarvekshan, Delhi should remain on top. But anyway, that's okay. Swachh Vayu Sarvekshan Awards 2025, Indore could get that. I haven't been to Indore, so I am not sure how Indore looks like. Many awards are given to Indore. If you may have visited Indore, if you've heard or if you've seen that, you can mention that in the comment section. Have you visited or are you from Indore? Which place are you watching this video from? You can at least write it down in the comment section. I'll be knowing that way that which part of the country you watch our videos from. Now, I said Swachh Vayu Sarvekshan. Still, as per me, Delhi should remain on top. Here we are talking about air survey. First, know that air survey, that means the place, the area where, the air quality is supreme. That is how Indore remained on top. Anyway, let's revise all that. See, what we have taught till now, the division is not done. You will not be able to retain any questions. So, stick to that. Stick to that. I said, once again, Cabinet approved street vendor scheme till March 2030. Street vendor is PM Swanidhi scheme. Then I said Nidhi is money that we are talking about, capital. Mother Mary comes to me, first memoir of Arundhati Roy, important question. Then I said World Archery Championship held in South Korea, and I said Rishabh Yadav, Aman Saini and Prathamesh were the members of who lifted gold, members of that team that brought gold for the country. We are talking about Indian men's compounded team here. Next I said Swachh Vayu Sarvekshan. Swachh Vayu Sarvekshan in which Delhi, no, not Delhi, Indore remained on top. Next question. See, I'm not going to waste your time, believe me. I'm going to actually help you learn all the questions which are important from the perspective of your exam. We record such sort of complete English medium sessions for our students who are in South India. Like students who are watching us from Tamil Nadu, Kerala, of course, Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, and students who are in Northeast India like Manipur and Assam, those who don't understand Hindi that well, we record such sort of complete English medium sessions for them. Because you really rarely see on YouTube that somebody is delivering lectures in English also. So we do that, keeping in mind to help those students also who are not able to understand Hindi very well. Anyway, I said, of course, if you understand English, you can keep watching it, no problem. But primarily it is for those students. International updates and appointments. Now you have to keep one thing in mind. It is like in a few months, like the past few months, important appointments were there. Appointments were there. So I'm talking about like somebody became the prime minister, somebody, sworn in as the president of the country, somebody became re-elected or was on India visit. I actually kept into account all those important aspects. So the names of those people, all those people seems to be quite important for you. Try to keep into account that all these questions for the past few months, whosoever got elected, got chosen, got appointed, they are important. So from the perspective of the exam, Inga Ruginian, I said the name of the person who has actually become the Prime Minister of Lithuania. Now, if somebody tells you that Japan's Prime Minister is important, everybody knows that, to be very frank with you. Everybody knows that. So they won't ask such sort of questions. Although it seems important, it sounds very important, you can learn that. But it is that famous that everybody knows the name. Everybody has learned that. But if you've forgotten it for a while, try to recall that. It can be asked, but still it can be asked. People are not familiar that even Singapore's Prime Minister got elected recently. The name of that person is more significant. First question, Prime Minister of Lithuania, Inga Ruginian. Andrew Holness, re-elected Prime Minister of Jamaica. The next question was 53rd Chief Justice of India. Justice Suryakant. See, if you are familiar with the name of the justice, right? But still, that micro details seem significant. 53rd numbers, Chief Justice of India, Justice Suryakant. Even that question can be asked. Believe me, they'll mention it as 51st, 52nd, 53rd, 54th. What number CJI is he? So you have to mention that carefully. Justice Suryakant has become the Chief Justice of India and the number is 53rd. Then, Prime Minister of Japan for the very first time after so many years. Of course, we even, have got a female Prime Minister. They haven't gotten one till now. So, one for the very first time, Sanae Takaichi. She has become the Prime Minister of Japan. First female Prime Minister of Japan. So I think it is an important question for you. You even believe, that. So try to keep it into account. Japan's Prime Minister, first female Prime Minister, Sanae Takaichi. And the next person is PM of Singapore, Lawrence Wong. This question in the whole page seems to be way more important than any other question. So give it some value and some importance. PM of Singapore, Lawrence Wong. Chairman of AMFI. AMFI is Association of Mutual Funds of India. Nowadays, people try to earn by investing money in in mutual funds actually. So it is that organization which takes care of mutual funds, right? So Association of Mutual Funds of India, the new chairman is Sandeep Sikka. 15th Vice President. Of course, Vice President is important, but I told you if I've written the number somewhere, that number is equally significant. So 15th Vice President of the country, CP Radhakrishnan. Once again. PM of Lithuania, Inga Ruginian. Re-elected Prime Minister of Jamaica, Andrew Holness. 53rd Chief Justice of India, Justice Suryakant. Then Sanae Takaichi, Japan's Prime Minister, female Prime Minister. For the very first time, Japan got one. Lawrence Wong, Singapore's Prime Minister. AMFI is new. See, this question seems to be less significant than others, but this is okay. Like such sort of questions are asked these days in your exam. So Sandeep Sikka is the person, of course, who was actually, sworn in as the chairman of AMFI recently. Vice President, you know that already, CP Radhakrishnan, but the number is significant. That is why I actually added it once again. So 15 numbers, Vice President of the country, CP Radhakrishnan. If you wish to join us, English medium batches, complete English medium batches are also available. So we have many students from South India, those who are studying at Vidyaguru. Of course, you can join that live classes batch. And of course, you can even have the batch which is like the video course batch also, like the recorded sessions are also provided. Ebooks, mock test series, everything is there. So whatever you require, we have that. You can join us, of course. Numbers are given below. You can dial those numbers. You can speak with the executive, but if you're not willing to get into any conversation with anybody, you can actually go to our website online.vidyaguru.in. The details are there. You can take and you can select the right course for you that's going to benefit you a lot. See, what's so famous about Vidyaguru? Let me tell you that upfront. Whatever we teach, you'll see that in the examination straight away. It's not that we are teaching you a lot without any sense and we are teaching you almost everything. It's not that. We are teaching you important questions, keeping every exam in mind, and that's how you'll be able to see straight away the same kind of questions in the exam. That's the best thing you'll be able to see in your examination. Believe me, those questions which we are teaching, even in my videos, students used to comment that every question in the current affairs section was from your video, like from my video. So I said that have faith in us. If you feel like joining, you can of course join Vidyaguru. We are going to help you in all possible manners to get selected and get a government job. Let's come back to the video once again. Here I am on the national updates once again. Questions are becoming even more important. Please understand that. See, if you can reduce the speed of the video, you know that. You know how to use YouTube very well. You can even increase the speed if you like, if you feel like. If you understand things that quickly, you can increase the speed. Subtitles are also there. At times, we are not able to understand what the other person is speaking in English because our English and your English can be a little different because of the accent. I know that. So, of course, subtitles can be switched on. You know that. So, you can, work on that as well if you are not able to understand that. Let's move ahead. So, in national updates, the first point here on the screen is Indian Navy received the indigenous anti-submarine warfare shallow watercraft. See, shallow is which is not deep at all. Not deep. That means superficial. That is what shallow is. Submarine, although, is an undersea vehicle. What we are discussing here, try to focus on something. I said Indian Navy received something. What happens is Androth. That's how we pronounce it. It is not an English word. It is a Hindi word basically. So Androth, no, it is Androth. That is how they are pronouncing it. So Androth is built by Garden Reach Shipbuilders and Engineers. Garden Reach Shipbuilders and Engineers. They can actually ask you the name, who built it, which organization is behind the manufacturing of Androth. So what is Androth? You must know that. It has been actually handed over to Indian Navy. You must understand that. Which organization built it? That is basically a super important kind of question. Read it carefully. I said Indian Navy received Androth. What is Androth? They can ask you that as well. So even this detail is not insignificant. Indigenous, that means India made. What is it? It is basically an anti-submarine. Anti-submarine warfare shallow watercraft which has been handed over to Indian Navy, made by Garden Reach Shipbuilders and Engineers. What is it? It is Androth. So Androth has been handed over to Indian Navy. What is it? I told you it is an anti-submarine warfare shallow watercraft. That is what it is. When it is about FIDE, everybody knows FIDE. That means we are going to talk about chess here. So we are going to talk about chess, of course. So Women's Championship, apostrophe S, Women's Grand Switzerland was the venue. So I said Women's Grand Swiss 2025 Championship won by Vaishali Ramesh Babu for the second consecutive time. I hope you understand the importance of this question now. I repeat. I said FIDE, Women's Grand Swiss 2025 Championship was taking place, right? And then I said, second consecutive time, Vaishali Ramesh Babu won that, that is what matters. I said Women's Championship, a girl, a female had to won that. So Vaishali Ramesh Babu won that, and I said for the second consecutive time. Now the next question, Global Innovation Index. I hope you understand the importance of this question. When an index is there, when somebody tells you it is like made by World Intellectual Property Organization and all that, usually we call it WIPO. Who prepares that index or report, that global or world report right now on the screen? Who makes it? Who publishes it? First question. India's rank. Second question, who remained on top? The third question. These are the kind of three questions in any index you have to learn. If I am not teaching you, of course, if somebody else is doing that, if you yourself is actually going through some pages, you must understand if some report and index, global report, world report, like happiness, like, intellectual property. So I said global innovation index prepared by WIPO, intellectual property, that is what WIPO is. So I said global innovation index is published by WIPO, first thing. Second thing I said, India's rank is 38th. Rank 1 was actually for Switzerland. Of course, these are the kind of countries which remain on top throughout. So Global Innovation Index, Switzerland on top, India's rank 38. Who prepares it? WIPO does that. So exercise specific reach 2025. Actually, it was conducted by Singapore. So we can say that it held in Singapore. India, from India's side, like on India's behalf, you must understand that INS Nistar, took part. So INS Nistar, we are talking about naval ship. I hope you understand that what INS is. INS Nistar, a ship participates in any exercise. If it is a naval exercise, a maritime exercise happening there at Singapore, I said Indian Navy's INS Nistar participated in exercise Pacific Reach, which was taking place in Singapore, right? The next question, the BIMSTEC. Although what happens is when you talk about BIMSTEC, everybody wants to know what's the full form of it. Let me tell you that quickly. Bay of Bengal Initiative for Multi-Sectoral Technical and Economic Cooperation. Bay of Bengal Initiative Multi-Sectoral Technical and Economic Cooperation. See, what happens is here you need not learn the full form that much. In some exams where GS is quite significant, at times they can ask the full form. Otherwise, it's not that important. Skip that. I said BIMSTEC's Youth Leader Summit took place in Guwahati, Assam. That is what matters for you right now. Repetition of the question we have studied. I said Indian Navy received the indigenous anti-submarine warfare shallow watercraft and Roth made by Garden Reach shipbuilders and engineers. FIDE Women's Grand Swiss Championship won by Vaishali Ramesh Babu once again, like twice. Global Innovation Index made by WIPO, India's rank 38, Switzerland remain on top. Then Indian Navy's INS Nistar took part in Exercise Pacific Reach, which took place in Singapore. And then BIMSTEC Youth Leaders Summit held in Guwahati, Assam. So I said that if you want these questions, all of them are going to be given to you, of course. We have our Telegram channel, quite new sort of channel. So you can join that channel. You can get all the questions and the PPT there on that channel, right? Let's move forward. I said important days and dates. I have to wrap up the whole November in just one video. So I'm keeping all those important questions in mind. But still, there are themes which I did not find them that important. That is why I did not add them. If a few of them are there, just one is there rather. So that seems significant. Otherwise, you just have to learn the dates. You'll get confused. In one video, it is not possible to learn all of them. Try to revise them, try to repeat them. That is how they'll stay in your brain. So I'm starting with Cancer Awareness Day, observed on 7th of November. I repeat, Cancer Awareness Day, 7th November. Then 11th November, National Education Day. 11th November, National Education Day is observed. World Tsunami Awareness Day. World Tsunami Awareness Day is celebrated on 5th of November. World Tsunami Awareness Day is celebrated on 5th of November. Then 16th November, National Press Day. See, if the day has national and world, try to remain more observant, try to differentiate between them. Tsunami Awareness Day, I said 5th of November. National Education Day is like 11th of November. Then National Press Day is observed on 16th of November. International Day for Tolerance, like World Tolerance Day, is also celebrated on the same day. And it has nothing to do with our press, that you are tolerating our press. It has nothing to do with that. So our press, tolerance, no. It's not related. I said November 16th is celebrated as National Press Day in our country, and the second one is International Day for Tolerance is also celebrated on 16th of November. Then I said Toilet Day, very, very important. Like nowadays, it is very, very important. World Toilet Day for us. 19th of November, 20th November, Universal Children's Day either or World Children's Day is celebrated. Once again, World Children's Day or Universal Children's Day is celebrated on 20th of November. And we are not talking about National Children's Day, Chacha Nehru's birthday, 14th November, national, no. We are talking about World Children's Day, 20th of November. Month is the same. November 25th, International Day for the Elimination of Violence Against Women. This question seems to be less significant, of course. When you talk about other questions, they are very, very important. Constitution Day is celebrated on 26th November. Our constitution was made on 26th. We finalized it. Everything in the month of November only, so 26th November. Although implementation, took place in, of course, January 26th. I know that on January 26th. But here we are talking about when it was actually made and when it got completed, everything was just ready. 26th November is celebrated as Constitution Day. So theme for it is Hamara Samvidhan, Hamara Swabhiman. Let's revise all that. Cancer Awareness Day, November 7th. Education Day, 11th November. Tsunami Awareness Day, 5th of November. Press Day and Tolerance Day, 16th of November. Toilet Day, 19th November. Children's Day, 20th of November. 25th International Day for Violence Against Women. Elimination, like we are trying to eliminate the violence. So Constitution Day is celebrated on 26th November. Hamara Samvidhan, Hamara Swabhiman. So they are talking about Constitution here. By that theme, try to keep all this into your account. And I said state news on your screen right now. We're talking about literate states. And as we are talking about literacy in India, so we're talking about 99.3%. It is like fully literate only. It's like almost 100% people are literate there in Himachal Pradesh. So fully literate state, newly, recently. See, some of the questions are like that I've actually collected for the recent months and I've added them because I found them important. If you have exams recently, you'll be able to see this question. Of course, these questions in your exams. So I've collected them that way. So fully literate state, Himachal Pradesh. Operation Rahat for Punjab flooded areas. When the flood, was there in Punjab, many people were getting affected. So Operation Rahat was an important thing that you had to keep in mind, that Army was providing aid to Punjab under Operation Rahat. State news, that is why Punjab. Bulandshahr UP, first ceramic park. Anokhi Dunya. They can ask you what Anokhi Dunya is. It's not the name of a book, please. Not a magazine, of course not. Not children's magazine, of course not. We are talking about first ceramic park inaugurated in Bulandshahr UP, and it is first ceramic park. That is why it is important for you. 1,000 monthly allowance for the unemployed youth in Bihar. That is what Bihar government decided way back. That is what I'm teaching you right now because it can be there. Once again, I said fully literate state, Himachal Pradesh recently, Operation Rahat for Punjab by Indian Army, and I said first ceramic park, Anokhi Dunya, Bulandshahr UP, and 1,000 allowance to unemployed youth in Bihar. And I hope you've understood whatever I've taught you till now. If you have, please do press the like button for sure and try to share the video with your friends, those who are actually preparing for any competitive exam. I try to get important questions for you. I'll keep getting important questions for you, but do press the like button. And thank you so much for watching.